So you're in France. You're in Paris.
I'm in
you made it to
Paris,
Paris.
and I hear about the cocktail party at the embassy celebrating Lyndon Johnson's election. And when I traveled, I decided early on that I would take a suit coat with me and a tie, and I carried a valise, not a backpack, so I could get into places that some poor student couldn't get into. And so I snuck into the Paris embassy cocktail party.
So that's interesting. You know, you said you brought a coat and you're dressed well and you didn't have a backpack. You know, when I think of the Euro trips that kids these days do, so to speak, is, you know, they're just got the backpack and they're bumming around Europe. And in essence, that's what you were doing.
Right.
But you were doing it with some style.
Right.
And it sounds like there were people back then, I guess flower children or whatever.
Not quite then, but most of the people were traveling exactly like you're saying. They got one pair of jeans and
Right.
a backpack. And
Flip-flops and
probably have about the same amount of money or even more than I did, but it was, and as we go on with this discussion, I'll talk about other things that I was able to do, like our immediate past president,
Right.
who gets into the Academy Awards and God knows what every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, if you're dressed right, you can get a lot of places.
If you
So-
act like you belong there. That's
So you snuck into this embassy cocktail party in
Right.
Paris,
full of diplomats.
celebrating Lyndon Johnson's.
Right. Election. I didn't tell them who I voted for.
I mean, yeah, sure. So you're in the cocktail party. Tell us about that.
Oh, it was just very impressive for a 21-year-old kid who had never been to Europe. There's all these diplomats from all over the world. And of course, France has a lot of old colonies from Africa. So they had these very distinguished gentlemen in tuxedos, and some of them with scars on their face, tribal scars,
Oh, wow.
in a tuxedo, you know. And they're now diplomats in Paris.